Hello, everybody. We hope all of y'all are doing well. My name is Byron, and beside me is my wife, DeAndrea. Today, we're going to be talking about how it feels to be parents after 7 months. And I must say, it's something to get used to. Still trying to adjust, still trying to learn. It's definitely a long learning process. You don't get it in the first few months. I feel like being a parent really takes a lifetime for you to pretty much really be good at it, have your experiences, and be able to help other people out.
You think it take that long?
For some people, it might take that long. I don't think it's really like a true time limit. Like after a few months, you know everything about being a parent, because you never know what situations might come up. So you still got to adjust as a parent and pretty much go with whatever is being thrown your way.
Yeah. I wouldn't really put a time limit on it either. Like, I wouldn't say that it would take a lifetime or it would take a couple weeks to a couple months. I feel like every day is a learning experience, or you're just going to continue to grow. Even when she becomes an adult, it's still going to be a different learning experience. Every time she turns a new month, believe it or not, it's like she's doing something different and something else that I have to get used to, or something that I feel like I need to break her from, or just, it's always something different. Anytime I feel like, okay, I got this, she comes with something different. So it's like, okay, now I have to learn that stage too and try to get better with that. What you think?
No, I agree with you. I feel like you said, you never know what's going to be thrown your way. And as a person, you learn stuff about yourself. You learn strength, like certain things, like certain strengths that you didn't think you had in you until it actually happens.
Yeah.
And also like a different type of love that you have in you once you have a child. It's just different things that having a child bring out of you that you didn't even know you had in you in the first place until you have a child.
It's like nobody can prepare you for the feeling that you have when you have your own child. It's like, I don't know, you can't put it into words. You can't describe the feeling that you have and the love that you have for this little person. And even when she becomes an adult, I'm sure I'll still love her. But it's like every day I wake up, she gives me the strength to make it through, to know that I got it. Of course I pray, of course I believe in God, and I know God gives me strength as well. But what I'm saying is, from having a child standpoint, it's just a different kind of love that nobody could have ever prepared me for or told me about, because I experienced this love the moment I found out I was pregnant with her. But I really started to feel it once I actually laid eyes on her. It was like a totally different ball game. And it's like, it's not that I can't take advice from people when they tell me certain things about her, but I don't like when people tell me that my baby is spoiled, because she's used to me, she's used to him. So it's like, how is that spoiled? How can a 7-month-old be spoiled when she's used to us? We're in a pandemic, so she doesn't really see a whole lot of people. So she's used to her parents, and I don't feel like that's being spoiled. I feel like she's used to the love and the care that she's getting from her two parents. So when she doesn't see us sometimes, of course she may cry, or of course she may look around and see like, are they leaving me? No, it's like, I'm coming back, baby, I'm coming back. But it's just different things that no one could have ever prepared me for with being a mother. It's only something that being a parent can teach you. Like, nobody can tell you how to do certain things or how to be prepared for certain things unless they're in those shoes. And even if they are in those shoes, every baby is different. So what your baby may do, my baby may not do, and vice versa. What they did at 7 months, my baby may not do at 7 months, or may have done it already at 3 months. Like, you just can never compare your child to the next child, because every baby and their milestones, to me, are different.
And also, just like with this advice, what might work for you might not work for us. Yeah. Everybody got to find what works for them. So it's not just one right answer for everybody when they have a kid.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say when people are new parents, give them time to learn, because just because you know what helped your child, it doesn't mean it's going to help our child. We got to figure it out for ourselves.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we can ask people and take bits and pieces of what they say and mix it and make it our own way and what will work for us.
Or not take it at all. Just take it in. Like, we'll listen. We won't be disrespectful. We'll listen to what you have to say. But at the same time, some things we may not take it all because we know how to do things with Briley versus what you've done with your child may be different for us. And we've already tried that route, or we may not want to try that route. So at the end of the day, it's like whatever works for her or whatever we feel like may make her calm or will have her content, that's what we do.
Yep.
But having a baby for 7 months now, like he said, it has taught me a lot. It has, for one, gave me more patience. It's like I can't give her to anybody else like how I did when I babysat other people's children. I could give them back to their parents, but I'm her parent. So it's like I had to pray and ask God to give me patience for my baby and not to freak out every time she does something like crying a whole lot. That literally used to drive me up a wall. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it still does at times. But I feel like I've gotten a lot better with learning her. And I'm still learning her, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better with taking care of her and learning how to not freak out and not letting her take control of the situation. But I'm taking control of it now. More control of it now. Yes, I love her, but I sometimes have to let her know, no, Briley, no, you're not going to do that, or I'm not going to do that right now. And I have to change up some things on her and turn on Baby Shark or turn on something to help her calm down. And before I know it, her whole mood will change. And beforehand, she was reaching for me, wanting me to pick her up. But if I turn on a certain song or give her a toy, then she'll calm down. But beforehand, a couple months ago, I didn't know how to deal with it. Anytime she cried, I felt like I was supposed to pick her up, like I have to pick her up. But I've honestly gotten a lot better with it. And I'm not saying that a child doesn't need our tender loving care and want to be held sometimes, but they don't have to have that all the time. And that's something that I'm learning. But patience has been the word for me that I've learned in these 7 months.
I also have to agree too, because anybody that knows me knows that I can be very impatient. So with having my child, she's definitely helping me learn how to be more patient. And like she was saying, definitely can't hold her all day, because at the same time, you won't be able to get anything done either. So most of the time, even though people don't believe it, I have her sitting down. I'm not holding her all day, because if I did, I wouldn't get anything done. But I know it's a lot of people that don't believe that, but I don't hold her all day.
Neither one of us. I don't hold her all day.
Oh, no, I ain't saying you did. I'm just saying.
I can't hold her all day. I have spina bifida and then had back surgery and everything. And our baby is very healthy. A healthy 21 pounds.
Yep.
And maybe a little over 21 pounds
Probably
by
at this point.
now. But so I can't hold her all day. I've tried and I'm like, nah, I can't do it, baby. I can cart you around in certain devices, but I cannot hold you all day. I love you, but I can't hold you all day.
Yeah, she definitely like to try to get in any and everything that's in her sight.
Yes. So it's like that's the stage that we're in now, the busy stage. Yeah. And I know I haven't seen anything yet because she's not even walking yet. But like he said, anything that's in her sight, she like, let me get it, let me get it.
Anything.
But I just feel like overall, I'm going to be real. Some days are tough. Some days are real tough, especially with being a stay-at-home mother and wife. Sometimes I've told him, just being completely, transparent. Yeah. I've told him, like, sometimes I wish we could switch places. You stay home and I go to work. But I know that's not something that I really want. I know being out there is rough, especially with all this other serious stuff going on top of that. But some days it makes me feel that way, like, Lord, goodness, can we switch places? But I have to ask God for forgiveness and tell him I don't really mean that, because I don't want things to switch. And then I'm looking like, what? I got to go to work and you gonna stay home?
Well, I know this is rare, but when she's saying, do you want to switch places? If it was actually able to happen, we could switch places.
He like, I want to be
I
home.
wouldn't mind being home.
I want to be home with my baby.
Yep,
you can go to work.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep, I know that's rare for a guy to say, but hey, I'll be home, my baby.
And then sometimes he'll get on me and say, I never understand. I mean, I don't understand a woman that doesn't have to go to work, but want to go to work. Do you know how many women wish they could stay at home? And I'm like, yeah, I get what you mean. But at the same time, this is rough, especially having a baby. It's rough. It's like I'm at work too.
Yeah.
The clock is never ending for me. He can clock out. I'm always clocked in.
Yeah, it's being a parent, it's never done. It's a 24-hour job. So yeah, they just don't get paid for it. Yeah. Which I wish they could get paid for it because it's rough. It's rough.
It is. And the thing that I do appreciate is he doesn't make it seem like I'm not doing anything, because a lot of men and outsiders, period, not all, but some people look at being a stay-at-home mother and wife like you're just not doing anything. No, that's not what it is at all. I have to make sure that we eat. I have to make sure that the house is up to par. I have to make sure that I'm giving him some attention. I have to make sure I'm giving my baby some attention. I have to make sure that I'm okay. It's like after so long, some days it's like, Lord, can I catch a break? I need to know if I'm all right, because it's like I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and before I know it, sometimes my body can feel like, girl, you need to focus on you. But then I hear the baby, and then he'll tell me like I'm on my way home. I'm like, look, goodness, it's just never ended. But I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining, because everything that I have, I pray for this, and I know God wouldn't put more on me than I can bear. It's just that being a parent, it's not always easy. We have our fun moments. We have our fun times with her, and as she grow and able to watch her from birth till now and growing and just healthy and just blossoming to, such a healthy, happy baby. It's such a blessing to see it, but it's not always easy.
Yeah, it's not easy knowing in the back of your mind that you're responsible for another life.
Yeah.
The decisions you make can affect your child. So you have to make sure you're making the right decisions, and you can't really afford to make too many mistakes when it comes to your child. You got to make sure you're doing what's best for your family, and at the end of the day, yourself too. But it's something different when you have a child. It doesn't matter where you are, your child is always on your mind. You want to make sure your child is always good. And that's just something that's new, because before being a parent, you always thinking about either yourself or your wife or whoever you're with. But once you have a child, it's completely different. It's like it never stops. You always want to know what's going on with your child, want to make sure your child is always good.
Even when we get a little bit of time, which is not often, especially in these 7 months, you would be surprised how many times we've been away from her. It hasn't been very many, but the times that we've been away from her, how come the conversation always lead back to Briley? And
that's how you know you're a parent. That's how you know.
We'll get away, and it won't even be a good 10 or 15 minutes in, and we'll be like, I miss Briley. You miss her? I'm so used to hearing her whine, or I'm so used to hearing her laugh or something. And it's like, before we know, we done had a whole hour conversation about Briley while we away trying to get some alone time.
Yeah, it's funny. You sit back reminiscing like it's been 10 to 15 years, and it's only been 7 months.
Right. And then once we get back with her, it's like, oh my goodness.
Back to reality.
Yeah. I love you, baby, but I wish I would have chilled a little bit longer when I had that alone time.
So it's like when you are having that alone time, you want your baby. Then when you're back with your baby, sometimes you want your alone time. You never can get enough of either one.
Yeah. But I just feel like overall, I wouldn't say a roller coaster, but it definitely has had its ups and downs with being a parent. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah.